that field today? Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yap, 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 yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yap, 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 yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We ready! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game ain't over. We're just getting it going right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3. So, glad to be back. Yesterday, allergies tried to take me on out of here, but I am back and better than ever. Hit my stuff earlier today, and I got a little rest last night, so I feel like I'm more lucid, more clear. I'm not going to be stuttering over, what's that dude's name? What's that dude's name? In fact, I brought me some help. Without further ado, Mr. Houston Roundball review himself, Kris Gardner. How are you, bro?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Man, I'm telling you, allergies tried to choke me out of this piece yesterday.
Oh, hey, it'll get you, man. You know, I got my allergies as well. Mine is more like grass and cut grass, pollen, things like that. But yeah.
I don't know what mine was yesterday. Whatever it was in high. It was just levels high, bro. It was all up in my throat. I sneezed about 5 times on the air. You know, nowadays you can't sneeze more than twice. You get kicked out of spots.
Yeah. So I saw, I was on YouTube, man. I saw that it show was kind of cut shut. I think it was about 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. I gave it my best 30, bro. I gave it my best 30. I was like Hakeem Olajuwon in Toronto. I give you my best 5.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
Yeah, I am. No, let's shout out to CJ, man. I love this chick right here, man. She good people. She really good people. But she one of them running hide sisters on you. She'll get around you, get you all in love with her, and then she'll disappear. She'll pack up and move to Memphis or Vegas.
Oh, wow. CJ, what's up with that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, Keith Sweat and Gerald Levert said, you love me, and then you want to leave me. I can't take it, girl.
CJ, do you have a response to what he just said?
Nothing. She ain't got nothing. She ain't got
nothing to say. Oh, okay. I look forward to. I'm waiting for a comment from you, CJ. You know,
it's Throwback Thursday. She can't throw back to nothing.
Oh, I'm gonna stand back if she come back with something for you, brother. I'm gonna just stand back, let the sparks fly.
Look, if it's good, I'll delete it.
All right, CJ. She kind of quiet, saying.
Hey, man, I was thinking about a question when we came in, when I came in. So when we look at rankings on a college level, U of H, when you put together their football ranking, their basketball ranking.
Men's basketball.
Me and somebody had to talk about you. You better leave Coach Huey alone, man. That man gonna come for you in the back of the gym somewhere, bro. You better chill out. Now I'm gonna have to be your bodyguard, man. I got JM&E does all kinds of things. We do security.
That's fine. You know, real talk. We'll get back to your question. You finish it up in a second.
All right.
Reach out to the man. Reach out to Coach Huey because I still, you got the platform. Have him on the show. I want him on your show. Hey, if you don't want to talk to me,
he responds to me. So
okay,
I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
That's good because I'm going with one obvious fact. Obvious fact. He and Coach Sampson were hired the same year.
I'm finna mute your mic. Keith Hennick said, hey.
What's up, Keith?
Keith Hennick said, hey. Now listen, so seriously, all joking aside though, when we look at, and we can do men's, that's fine. When you look at football and basketball ratings and come up with a cumulative ranking, are there any better teams in the state?
For this coming season?
For this coming season?
Oh, no. Well, Baylor might. Baylor might.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Baylor football, I'm going to go preseason.
Because I'm not sure where UH football is ranked.
That's where I'm getting to go. Preseason college football rankings. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got.
And Longhorns football might be ranked too, top 25.
But you know what? And that was the team that I was thinking was going to be, we're the best.
No, but Baylor football should be. I mean, I might be wrong, but I know their basketball is top 10 preseason for sure.
I'm looking. I'm at 23. Okay, Baylor's at 22.
Okay.
All right, let me see where U of A, and this is the mothership's ranking, so I don't know if I give it a whole lot of.
Yes, UH football. I haven't seen them ranked in top 25 a lot.
What's crazy is in Conference USA this year, it's Cincinnati and Houston.
Hold on, man. In the American, not Conference.
I'm sorry, I said Conference USA.
Whole other level right there. Whole other level.
My bad. A&M is ranked 12th in football, but basketball,
no,
bruh,
no,
not
yet, no.
And then they got beat by Xavier in the what? NIT?
Yeah, tournament basketball borderline, but preseason top 25, no.
So they got the Longhorns ranked 7th.
In football?
In football, which is way too high.
Wow, that's surprising.
Way too high.
Still based on who they are.
That's, again, man, whatever politics go on in the rankings, kind of like they do in the stars, 4-star, 5-star, it's all political. Who pays for what?
Right.
UT is paying that money because they are not the 7th best team in the country. They're not even when I look at the Big 12, they are the highest ranked Big 12 team, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
They're ahead of Baylor, so yeah, they might be.
Yeah, they are the number 1 ranked team in the Big 12, and that's a lie.
And so football, so they're ranked ahead of Oklahoma then also, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Oklahoma's ranked 8. UT's ranked 7. No way.
And see, the football poll, I mean, voters are different. They based it on different things because basketball, it seems a lot of the preseason stuff is based on what a team did the previous season and who they have returning.
Right, which makes sense.
But when the Longhorns in football, what did they do last year? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. What did they do last year? So
nothing.
I mean, because they got supposedly talented players returning and incoming and all that. But what did they do last season to help justify?
When you talk talent, and I'm not making this all inclusive and all exclusive. When you talk talent, the chances of more than 2 Longhorns getting drafted in the upcoming NFL draft, more than 2 is slim and nil.
What has it been the last 5 years? At least 5 years. How many Horns have been drafted in NFL?
Ask a legit Longhorn former player, and they will tell you the truth. Ask a Longhorn fan, and you get nonsense. You get gibberish. You get gibberish. So
it's not a lot, honestly. Is it a lot? Last 5 years? Yeah.
No.
If any?
Oh, you can count them on one hand.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oklahoma, whole different story. Georgia, of course, whole different story.
Alabama, all that. I mean, UH football had
I
more.
was just getting ready to say, you almost had as many from U of H get drafted as you've had from UT. And when you talk when you talk blue blood historic programs, I mean, U of H basketball is to me more historic than UT basketball.
No question.
But football,
yeah,
it's UT.
Right, for sure.
And that's why I say you brought up a good point in Baylor, because Baylor's basketball is going to be top 5.
Top 10.
Top what?
Top 10.
Top 10, okay. Top 10. And Baylor's football's top 25. When you look at U of H basketball, top 5,
yes.
And football is going to be top 30.
Yes, should be, yes. Yeah.
Basketball, again, UT is going to get it because of Kris Beard, not necessarily what he's accomplished, but what they think he can accomplish. And football is just overrated. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's overrated.
Yeah. And we need some Longhorn fans / alum to chime in. Because
Keith Hennig is the most honest
I've learned that.
Longhorn fan I've ever met. And I can't get him on. Keith, Longhorn Keith is the most honest Longhorn fan that I've ever met. Todd Malcolm, oh my God. It's like, bro, I ain't take my medicine yet. I can't deal with you right now.
And just be objective about what you see and what they've accomplished. That's all we're talking about. Because we've heard for years, and I made fun of it for the Longhorn. UT football is back.
Yeah.
When they beat, this was like 4 or 5 years ago, because I think this was back when me and Dr. Caville and Jerry Woodley were doing our podcast, our first one. That podcast helped us grow into what we've become since then. And I think they beat USC in football, and I was like, Longhorns are back. Back to what? They hadn't done anything and did nothing the rest of that season, basically after that win over USC. And I'm like, UT is not back. They haven't been back for 20 years. Y'all keep hoping and wishing, but that does not make it so.
So here's where I am. Here's why I am. I've got, because you put Baylor in there, I might put them number 1. I'll go I'll go U of H number 2.
Yep.
Number 3, I guess I got to go UT, and then A&M.
And we're doing a combo of both those two programs.
Yeah, just based on men's basketball and football.
This year, probably TCU. See where TCU football is projected, because basketball, they're top 20 basketball.
Yeah, let me see. Big 12 preseason football.
I know basketball wise, in the state of Texas or / Big 12, well, I projected Houston being Big 12 next season. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Houston is 3, and then everybody else in the Big 12 is like 6 other schools, and that includes TCU for basketball.
Okay, so here we go. TCU, Texas Tech 9, West Virginia 8. TCU's ranked 7th. They were 5-7 last year, 3-6 in conference. Obviously, they got a coaching change, and I'm not sure where they ended.
Dykes. So from SNU, across town.
They've got Texas ranked 4th. Got Texas ranked 4th. They've got Oklahoma State 3rd, Oklahoma 2nd, and guess who they got number 1?
Baylor. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Baylor number 1 in the conference poll. But yeah, the preseason poll came out. Okay, and ESPN's projected. This is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Houston 3. This is men's basketball.
Right, got you.
Houston 3, Kansas 6, Baylor 8, Texas 11, TCU 17, and Texas Tech 24.
I don't often agree with the mothership, but that's probably closer to what it is than isn't. All right, so hold on. Let me check out Keith's comment right there. Let's see, AAC preseason.
I used to agree with the coaching being an issue and a problem, and not just the talent. But to back up AJ's point, the lack of Longhorns getting drafted in the NFL, to me, indicates they're not very talented.
Yeah.
I mean, they may have been 4 and 5 stars come out of high school.
Right.
but they're not getting drafted. So maybe the talent was not there
Right.
at UT. So maybe clearly they weren't very good or weren't good enough, let alone not being coached up to be better players in college. So I think it's a combination of both have helped to explain why the football has not reached the lofty expectations that many people have had for them for years.
Katie Stratman from USA Today has ranked the AAC in college football. At number 11, she's got South Florida, Temple 10, Tulsa 9,
South Florida,
Navy 8,
wow,
Tulane, my alma mater, at 7, East Carolina 6, Memphis 5, she going on in, SMU 4, Houston 3, and then number 2 and 1, Cincinnati and UCF.
What's the date on that?
Let's see what she dated this. That's back in April.
Okay, because the media poll came out today, and the AAC football media day is ongoing right now. Coach Holgerson talks at 1:30.
Okay.
Temple 11, Navy 10, South Florida 9, Tulsa 8, Tulane 7, East Carolina 6, Memphis 5, SMU 4, UCF 3, Cincinnati 2, and Houston 1.
Okay. And
now the difference between Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF is 18 points.
Right. The Athletic just released theirs. It is dated July 14th. It's got Cincinnati 1, Houston 2, and UCF 3.
Yeah, those 3, I think, are the clear-cut best teams in the conference. And lo and behold, AJ, all 3 of them are going to the Big 12.
Exactly. My point. Yeah. And I'm going to take a break, and then I'll set up what this was all about when we come back. Keith Hennick said, no argument. There are very good college players. That's about it. All right. We'll be right back. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku, courtesy of BS3 TV.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
All right, we're back here on the lunch break powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku. Yeah, it is. It is for your inbox message. It is. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, Kris Gardner, man, always love hanging out with you. So the jump to the Big 12 by Cincinnati, UCF, the other teams, I think is going to be very telling on this conversation. Unless UT and Oklahoma can get out of there early, which it does not look like that's going to happen, unless they want to come off of a whole lot of money, which some tell me that while UT has it at certain points of the year, they don't have it all year. They clear out their athletic coffers because they're a state-run university. I don't know if I believe that, but that might be the way that they're presenting their books. What are your thoughts? What are you hearing? Are they going to have a season where Cincinnati and all those other teams are in conference with UT and Oklahoma?
It sure sounds like it. At least a year that it's going to be a 14-team Big 12. And that's what surprised me. if it happens, the cynic in me said for months that the Longhorns and Cougs will never be in the same conference ever again.
Mhm.
But right now, it looks like that's going to happen for at least one season, if not two. Who was it? Both OU and UT's ADs. I know Chris Del Conte said it recently that they are going to honor their contracts and stick it out for the final 2 years of it and not join the SEC until the 25.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, y'all say so. I heard a rumor, and I'm seeing so much from a few people on Twitter about realignment last week or so. I don't know what to believe. But one of the suggestions was in order to allow UT and OU 1 year early to the SEC would involve converting the Longhorn Network to the Big 12 network.
Mm.
And that would lessen the payout that UT and OU have to pay to the other big schools in the Big 12.
Do you see the Longhorn giving up that money?
No, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's a rumor. So,
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious, especially with the new commissioner Brett Yormark starting officially on Monday, August 1st, if there are discussions of a Big 12 network on TV, not just on ESPN Plus, because of I'm going to throw a rock. Of the major conferences, the Big Ten has a TV network.
Yeah.
And we're talking cable,
Yeah.
satellite cable, whatever, not streaming,
Yeah.
SEC network,
Yeah.
TV,
Mhm.
ACC, TV.
Yeah.
And even though hardly anybody has it, the Pac-12 network.
Pac-12 has a network. Yeah. Yep.
So the Big 12 is the only big one to not have a TV network, not counting the Big 12 network on ESPN Plus.
Right.
That's a whole other difference right there.
Right. And not counting the regional, because Big 12 games are shown on CBS or something in our area, but that doesn't count.
No.
That doesn't count. Yeah, that's just a regional broadcast.
An outright Big 12 network.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I say all that to say, there are some pros and some cons to Oklahoma, UT staying with the Big 12 while Cincinnati and the rest of the teams, three other teams come in, U of H and the three other teams come in, because now you get a look at what the Big 12 can look like if it decides to expand beyond 12, like some of these other conferences are doing. Now, that doesn't benefit U of H. I mean, UT, it doesn't benefit Oklahoma because we know they're going. But if I'm the Big 12, I'm pushing for that, because now you can show these schools that you're trying to lure into the Big 12 what the benefit of them trying to become one of these mega conferences like the Big 10, like the SEC. I think it's good for them to try and keep them there for a little while longer.
Your logic is sound, but money's gonna make it.
Oh, I agree.
As you know. So we're talking
how many times have we seen them not do the right thing because they're trying to do that thing?
Yeah, the green thing still, $100 million, man.
Yeah.
75, at least 75 each for Texas and Oklahoma to leave early. So when the realignment happens, I mean, it sounds like it's going to happen again, poaching, whatever you want to call it. The Big 12 will add either 2 to 4 schools to be either 14 again, because they're going to be 14 next year, and then possibly 16. So it depends on the revenue and what they're going to get from their TV partners.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody knows who watches the lunch break and follows the Houston Roundball Review on Twitter, YouTube, everything. Basketball is my sport.
Mm-hmm.
So all this realignment talk is focused on football.
It's football driven.
I'm concerned about basketball.
Yeah.
I want to know because, I guess Wednesday, August 4th, the new window for negotiation between the Pac-12 and ESPN ends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe they're going to have a deal. They won't announce anything within the next 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the Pac-12 will go to the open market, okay, and try to get more money because their offer that they supposed offer they got from ESPN was low, way low.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But one reason it could have been low is because ESPN had no competition to bid against. So they're like, well, why give you a lot of money because we're just bidding against ourselves.
Yeah.
So, but I wonder, will the Big 12 and Brett Yormark, will he try to open up negotiations early? Because their window is not until technically 18 months before the deal with ESPN ends in 24, 25, I think 25.
Mm-hmm.
So can he open them up this year or start of next year? And will he say, okay, we want to try to get games on NBC, try to get games on CBS, but does that include basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I want. I want men's basketball. And of course, you got UH, Kansas, and everybody, Baylor, men's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want those games to end up on ESPN 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever deal is reached, if it involves other networks, I want to know that the men's hoops are going to be on NBC.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be on CBS.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be on ABC or ESPN, ESPN2. Something major to warrant that great product of basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the Big 12 is the SEC of basketball.
Yes.
So
men's basketball.
Got you. If I'm Kansas, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I know y'all are doing that over there, but what about us? What about us? Can they do that? Do they have enough leverage, especially given the stuff that they are fighting publicly but losing privately? And I'm talking about the sanctions. Everybody in the press is saying, oh, Kansas is fighting this, Kansas is fighting that. And then on a Friday news dump, you hear that Kansas is begging them not to do this and not to do that of the NCAA as far as sanctions go. So, does Kansas have enough juice to, have some say in the realignment for the conference?
Nope. And that's the problem. No,
that's the unfortunate thing.
It's a problem for me.
Yeah.
It's reality.
It's reality. Good point. Good point. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us here. Very good, frank talk on conference realignment and stuff like that. We're driving it's pretty clear we're driving to 3 mega conferences.
Yes.
SEC definitely, Big Ten definitely. Where's the third one come from? Because a lot of folks are assuming it's going to be the Big 12. And something strange happened, about a week ago, where the Big 12 and Pac-12 broke off their negotiations based on what you shared on the show last week. The money just does not justify those schools jumping from the Pac-12 to the Big 12.
This is where we get into what I've heard this week.
Okay.
And take it for what it's worth. Okay. It sounds like the third conference ultimately will be the Big 12.
Okay.
And it would involve some teams from the Pac-12, and ultimately, may not be for another 5 years, teams from the ACC coming to the Big 12.
Okay.
So there'll be some going to the Big 10, some going to the SEC, but some also going to the Big 12, spread out for 3 20-team conferences.
So here's the thing. What I'm hearing is the remaining prize jewels of the Pac-12 are not interested in going to the Big 12.
Correct.
They are in discussions, whether they are active, whether they're daily, whatever, to go to the Big 10.
Yes.
So now if we're talking about, Oregon State, and we're talking about Washington State, and we're talking about Stanford and other schools like that, are those as coveted for the Big 12 as the 3 prize jewels that are remaining?
Oregon State and Washington State, heck no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Utah, the Big 12 would like Utah, but Utah doesn't like the Big 12. They're holding out like Oregon and Washington to be in the Big 10. Arizona seems likely to be joining the Big 12. Colorado, the former member of the Big 12,
Right.
seems like they want to go. They'd be good with going back to the Big 12.
Arizona State and Arizona both feel like a Big 12 fit.
But I noticed I only said Arizona.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hold that thought, because I want to get more into that. We got good stuff going on right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, broadcasting live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3. We'll take a little break. Here's what's happening on the BS3 network.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of the BS3 network. If you got a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV, and I promise you're going to enjoy all the good shows. I'm telling you, you will most definitely do it. All right, Kris.
I love that spot, man.
Yeah,
Ben, whoever, man, y'all did a great job with that spot.
I'm not sure who did it. But I know that Ben Sutter III has put together a group of just creatives, man, that just solid talent. So, yeah, man. So you said, notice you didn't say
Arizona State.
Said Arizona.
Yep.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Let me lean in for some of this tea.
And it obviously they are supposedly partner schools.
Yeah.
Arizona State, similar to Oregon State, but just similar, think about it with Oregon. You're not hearing Oregon State being partnered to go to the Big Ten with Oregon in the dreams.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Arizona State is going to be joined at the hip with Arizona to join the Big 12 first.
Yeah.
It seems like Arizona anything is possible in negotiations, things like that, is first in line to be a member to join.
Okay.
So none of this makes sense from this perspective, because you got Tucson, Tempe, who's bringing the Phoenix market, blah, 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 blah. I've seen this week San Diego State is being considered to join the Big 12 because of San Diego. But think about this. That's not a college town, but it's it's a TV market.
But it's a beautiful town, and
Right.
they've got a large TV market in that coveted California area. And
Right.
Again, say what you want to say about LA and other towns out there. They got a lot of eyes TV wise.
But see, what is the logic for the conferences in their expansion? Now, for TV networks, I understand it.
Right.
But from a Big Ten perspective, let's be realistic about all this. When the Big Ten invited Rutgers and Maryland to join, they didn't do it for competition.
Right.
They didn't do it for branding.
Right.
Both those football programs are not very good.
Right.
They did it for New York market
Right.
and the DC market.
Right.
Okay. Similar to UCLA and USC.
Right.
Football, historically,
Right.
both of those great programs.
Right.
Recently,
Of late, not so
very
much.
good.
Right.
But did it for the LA market.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a demographic rationale.
Yeah.
It's not a football rationale.
Right.
So let's go to Big 12 rationale. And TV, now get into TV. because Rutgers football, they don't do great ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Rutgers fans don't watch Rutgers football.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in Maryland. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
LA's a pro town to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fair weather pro town at that.
At that, right. So much going on in LA.
Right.
Folks don't have
similar to Houston.
Right.
UCLA, USC rated. They don't do great ratings when they play Oregon State and Washington State. But it allows the Big Ten network to be on their cable package.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they're going to get their money. It's not going to be a ratings thing.
Mm-hmm.
So demographic-wise, the Big 12 adding or seeking to add Arizona supposed to bring in the Phoenix market. If you want to toss out there Stanford and Cal for the Bay Area market. San Diego State, the San Diego market. They're trying to expand for demographics. That's why, which goes back to my point earlier in the show. If you have a Big 12 network and you put the Big 12 on TV and then package it on Xfinity, Comcast, what have you, and get that network on in LA, on in Oakland, on in San Diego, then you get more dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're not worried about ratings,
right?
Because you're getting $1 or $2 for everybody who has the package,
right?
Whether they watch the channel or not. Because ESPN, folks don't realize it, ESPN is the most expensive channel on cable satellite packaging. It's like what, $10 now?
Right. Right.
Like every other thing is like $1, $2. But ESPN, so you're giving the haters. Folks, I'll never watch ESPN again in my life. Well, if it's on your cable package, you're still paying for it. You're still putting money in their pocket.
True that.
So this is where I'm wondering what they're going to do. Will they add Arizona? Will they add Colorado? Football-wise, it makes sense to add Utah.
Yeah.
Because they're the best football team now in the remaining 10 schools in the Pac-10. But if they don't want to join and think they're better than the Big 12, you don't want them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So demographics is one thing, ratings is another.
Right, right. And the part that the UT folks want you to, just look at our record. Just know that us moving to the SEC is going to change everything, because now recruits are going to want to come to UT because we're in the SEC. If that logic is true for them, then that logic can be true for whichever conference gets the Oregons, gets the remaining schools, because now you're talking about going to a more alive conference, more active, especially if that's the Big Ten. I mean, the Big Ten is a prize. The Big 12 is a destination. You don't want to just get to a destination. You want to go to the prize.
And let me toss this out. One person discounted the importance of being an American Association university member, because the majority of schools in the Big Ten except Nebraska, are AAU members. It's academics. USC, UCLA are both members, I believe, of the AAU. If that is still important to be a member of the Big Ten, some folks say it's not as important as it used to be. But if it does still carry some weight, it is a goal, not the only goal, but a goal of President Renu Couture, University of Houston Chancellor, President, for UH to become a member. It's research university, things of that sort, as part of membership to be considered to get membership in the AAU, to get AAU membership. I say all that to say, if UH becomes an AAU member, 5-10 years from now, Big Ten says we're going straight down. We already got West Coast.
Yep.
We got East Coast.
Yep.
We're going to get Texas.
Yep.
Longhorns in the SEC, they don't want them. They don't want us. A&M, they don't want us. UH.
Yep.
Y'all finally got that last piece we were asking for. Y'all became a member of the AAU.
Yep.
We are going to extend to you an invitation to join the Big Ten. You will be our 20th member of the conference.
Yep. And that'd be huge. Now, look, I'm messing with you a little bit. Now you'll see how the Willie Gibsons of the world live.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. to be in the ivory tower, to look down on everybody like,
let me tell you
what
something.
the life is like. Oh, wow.
Let me tell you something. I can't wait to get up in Columbus to see the U of H Cougs walk into that shoe and get beat up by the Ohio State Buckeyes, because that's what's going to happen.
That's what would happen. But after the game, look over to the AD. $100 million every year, right? Yep. All right.
Is our check good? Did that deposit hit?
100 million every year. 100 million.
Yeah.
And it might be more than that 5-10 years from now.
Yeah. All right, let's switch conversation, man. Let's switch conversation because I got a lot I want to talk to you about today. The Rockets re-signed Bruno. They got 20 players.
Right. The max for training camp roster. Yep.
Right. They got 20 players. Now, they only carry how many in the regular season?
15.
I want to hear from Kris Gardner from the Houston Roundball Review. Who's staying and who's going?
I'd like to see Bruno Fernando stay because he's a legit backup big man.
Yeah.
Which they lack. I don't see most of the Mavericks who acquired in the Christian Wood trade. I don't see Marquise Chris staying. Trey Burke, no, don't see him staying. None of those dudes really. Boban, maybe, because he is a legit low post scorer and a great guy in the locker room. Okay, so great. And he's like AJ now, a Hollywood star. So, he's a movie star. So you got to have that too in the locker room to talk shop with AJ when AJ comes to visit the Rockets and interview some of the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Boban and AJ can talk about, autographs and acting and exchange scripts.
He's silly.
But I don't see David Nwaba being here long term.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if KJ Martin will be here long term. KJ Martin believes he specifically, but his dad as well, believes he deserves more minutes.
Okay.
Well, Tari Eason, Rockets rookie, Rockets draft pick in June, has looked good so far in Summer League. I'm not counting Drew League or any other thing, someone he's played, but he looks good and promising. You got Jabari Smith.
Okay.
You still got Jayshawn Tate.
Yeah.
So that's 3 guys for your 2 forward spots.
Okay.
Where is KJ going to play? And if Kevin Porter Jr., when the Rockets go small, moves over to the wing, the 3 spot, that's a 4th person for 2 spots in the front court. So where would KJ Martin get minutes? I don't see it.
So wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand. You telling me the Rockets might odd man out my favorite player?
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like none of that. I love your take, but I don't like none of that. No.
But that's back to what we said earlier. It could be reality staring him in the face. If Tari Eason, because Alperen Şengün and Jabari Smith are going to start at the 4 and the 5. Jayshawn Tate, if he doesn't start, then it looks like Eric Gordon would be the starting small. Well, then it'd be Eric Gordon, Jalen Green, and Kevin Porter Jr. One of those 3 will be the technically the small forward, whether it's Eric Gordon or Scoot, Kevin Porter Jr. One of them. Okay. So if it's that situation, then you'd have Jayshawn Tate coming off the bench with Tari Eason as your 2 forwards. If you decide to have a backup big man, that's probably not going to be KJ Martin. So where are those minutes going to come from at the small forward spot? So your favorite player might be out of luck.
How long are the Rockets going to I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I got a lot of respect for the dude. I think he has provided more value than the Rockets even anticipated. How long are the Rockets going to keep Eric Gordon?
As long as a couple of things. As long as he is comfortable in his role, even if it's still getting minutes, I personally think he should be coming off the bench and not starting. But right now, it's July. Looks like he'll be in the starting 5. So as long as he's happy in that role, even if it's just 20 minutes a game, being a leader in the locker room. And as long as a team in the NBA does not match their asking price, whatever that price is.
Isn't it crazy that from that 65 number one seed in the Western Conference team, he's the only one left?
Yep. That's right.
Imagine. I mean, you can run off all-star names, and he's the only one left.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Eric Gordon, he's a solid player on offense and defense. He's battled injuries.
Yeah.
But the Rockets coaches and administration appreciate his importance to the team. The youngsters respect him. He's happy in his role. He is not yet like some legit old heads in the league chasing a ring.
Yep.
I'm not saying anything wrong with that.
Yeah, okay? I get it.
He's just so far has not expressed a desire to chase a ring.
Yeah.
Now, if he does, I think the Rockets would do their best to accommodate him and send him to a championship ring to give him a team to give him a chance to get that championship.
Yeah. I try to stay away from deserved and earned the right and that kind of thing. But he definitely deserves. If he says, I want out, he deserves for the team to try to make that happen according to his wishes. Because he has paid his money back and more just from his on and off the court, the way he carries himself. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, let me take one more break, man. We'll be right back. Kris Gardner breaking it down. We're going WNBA when I come back. I got to ask you, what in the Hades is wrong with this player? We'll be right back right after this on the Lunch.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, hanging out with us on Throwback Thursday, as always. It's the Lunch Break powered by JM&E, broadcasting live on ROKU TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. You just got the full lineup at BS3. And listen, they're adding new shows and great shows daily. So if you got a dream, you got an idea, you got a vision, hit them up. I promise you'll be glad you did. Kris.
And I might do that.
Okay.
We'll see. I might do that.
It'd be good. Trust me. It'd be good. I love it. I love being here. Question. The Hades is wrong with Liz Cambridge.
Liz.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Liz / Kyrie / Kevin Durant / anybody crazy in the NBA. What is the hecky wrong with her?
And I said the same thing similar to when I talk about Kyrie. She walks to her own orchestra. Okay. She has a very, very high opinion of herself.
Okay.
Always has. And that is in addition to her mental health issues, mental health status.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has said publicly she has dealt with anxiety issues, mental health, those things as well. So I think her exit with the Sparks is a combination of that, her not being happy with her role on the Sparks, which I question when they signed her, when Derek Fisher signed her, it was a poor fit.
Okay.
She's an old school player. Okay. She wants the ball in the post, low post touches, early and often.
Mm-hmm.
WNBA is getting like the NBA. They are moving away from low post offense and more 3-point shooting and more fast paced up and down the court, fast tempo. Liz Cambage is 6'8", 200 pounds. She's lost weight. She's gotten in shape, slimmed down, but she doesn't run up and down the floor like you think she should. I think she should. She does not give great effort on both ends of the court. So she combines that with any other issues, with her very, very high opinion of herself, rubs her teammates the wrong way. It rubs coaches the wrong way. She's probably burned bridges throughout the WNBA. And I have not even talked about the issue that she was accused of with the Nigerian players.
Yep.
That's another issue on top of these issues.
Yep.
So she may have played her last game in the WNBA so she can pursue her modeling career and any other interest. She might get into acting. Who knows? But she is her own person, and she doesn't just walk to her own drum, her own orchestra. She's a different person.
Yeah.
And that has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And right or wrong, she doesn't care.
Yeah. I have tried to be, I'm going to say it because I'm talking to my brother real. I've cut for her. But after this most recent deal with the Sparks, I feel like I'm going to put my knife up.
Yeah. I used to as well. And now she's just who she is. She's like, I came with Kyrie. I don't trust her. I don't trust him.
Yeah.
So if you want them on your team, good luck to you. You take them at your own risk.
WNBA peak performer 2018, four-time WNBA All-Star 2011, 2018, 2019, 2021. All WNBA first team 2018, all WNBA second team 2019, WNBA scoring leader in 2018, all rookie team in 2011. I don't see any WNBA championships.
No.
WNBL, but not WNBA.
And no, I don't think you said all defensive players.
So I can at least say Kyrie got a chip. I can at least say Kevin Durant's got 2 chips.
Yeah.
I can't rock with you with all of your individualism and we ain't got no chips.
She's not a team player.
Hey.
I mean, that's basically it in a nutshell. She's not a team player. She wants to, I'm not going to say it. I say it to you off the air, but, she wants to assume her modeling career. She wants to pursue other interests, Basketball, it's important to her if she gets the ball a lot. If she doesn't, it's not that important to her.
So
and it's important to her on one end of the floor.
Right. I was going to say, so the players fed her whether she was open or not before she quit, and she didn't perform well, and then she quit immediately following.
Right. And and they didn't, based on what Chris Haynes reported, brother from Yahoo Sports, the organization backed her over players who had been there before her for years.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Yeah.
Veteran or not, support the players who've been loyal to your organization.
Yeah.
And she hadn't earned that.
I wish her well.
I do too.
I wish her well. Chris, I'm gonna be out there with your guy. I'll be out at training camp starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. Good Lord.
All right.
They can't start camp at 10. I don't like being up early.
It's cooler at 8 a.m.
They got a whole bubble with a whole air conditioning unit. They can start any time of the day they want to start. So I'll be out there starting tomorrow. I'll be out there all of next week. I'll even do a couple of shows out there. But like I told them, it ain't going to be no hour if I'm standing out in the heat or if I'm sitting in my car because gas prices are high. It's hot out there. So we'll be broadcasting live out there. Be out there with AD Moore representing Houston Roundball Review from the football side.
Yes,
what else you got coming up, man? What's up? What else is going on with your team?
That's great. Yeah, AD is going to have a show Friday evening, 7 p.m., July 29th, to kick off basically the weekend because I'll have a Let's Talk Houston Rockets on Saturday, July 30th, and then Sunday evening will be another edition of Folks Talking Sports. Try to get back to adding either some young folks from college and or females to be on the show. Because one of my young ladies, Jayla's not at Channel 2. She's working for KPRC. And I was like, wow. So good for you, Jayla. I had no idea about that till I saw her. I was like, oh, look at you working for Channel 2 now. So
I done sat back on you. I see you folks getting, nice jobs and all that. But boy, you don't do my sisters right, man. You need to have sisters on standby. You kind of like them Europeans with the coach. Well, where the good candidates come from? You gotta get some sisters.
I'm gonna try to get Kim on. Kim Davis on. Cheryl Carr, my sister in college hoops. She just
you see my face.
She don't want to be on TV, so I've kind of given up on her. So that's my college connection. So I don't know what's up with her.
Want to be on TV?
I don't know. She just doesn't want to do it. I'm like, Cheryl, come on. I don't know. This is me and you talking. She's like, nope. Okay. So try to get even on the radio part. Turn on the camera. Have you had my niece on yet?
Has my niece been on there yet? Valencia King?
Not on Folks Talking. Well, once, yes. Folks Talking Sports, yes.
Were y'all nice to her?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Of course.
I got to tell you this before we go. So my nephew's daughter, my great niece, was in town yesterday touring U of H. She kind of wants to be a Coug.
Good for her.
You know what I told her to do, right?
Smart young lady. Smart. Go to TSU.
I said, go across the street.
Go to TSU.
Go visit that school down there with all that good music, all that good noise coming from that band room. Go check them out. So she visited U of H yesterday. I think they're at LSU and Southern today. And then on the way back, they're going to visit Texas Southern. But real good possibility that my great niece is going to be in town for the next school year. She's a senior, and I love that she's ahead of it early. So proud of her for doing that.
Excellent.
But good possibility this time next year. I'll be telling y'all my niece is at U of H, and I'll be an avid fan then.
That's good, and you can use that. Maybe that'll get you a credential from UH.
I'm gonna leave you alone, man. I'm gonna leave you alone.
I don't know what it is. What I don't know.
I'm gonna leave you alone, man. I'm gonna leave you alone. And look, while we joking, I need to start working on the SID at TSU because he kind of hard to reach.
Yeah, because now's the time to lay the groundwork, get those to be ready and approved for the Final Four.
Wow. Okay. You already know I'm going to have to be a member of Houston Roundball Review to get a Final Four credential because they don't even try to make it seem like, oh, we considered your application and decided no. They just get to the no. Yeah, look, your little network doesn't meet our criteria. That's what they tell me.
Well, like I said, talk to TSU because TSU is supposed to be one, to talk to.
Okay. All right. Well, say less. I'm gonna be real nice to Ryan McGinty. Very nice, bro.
There you go.
Good, bro. You're looking good. If that don't work, I'm your roving reporter.
Hey, I'm gonna try to get more than one credential for Final Four. So for sure, believe that. Yep.
Anyway, let's go, man. You have a good one, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you.
HoustonRoundballReview.com, Houston Roundball Review on Instagram, as well as Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. You see me on Twitter at the HR Review. As a man coined the phrase for me since 1994, Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective.
My brother, love you to life, man. Talk to you soon, okay?
Take care, man. Love you.
All right. Hey, let me go ahead and wrap it up. Kris Gardner, appreciate him coming in, as always, on Throwback Thursday. Be sure and follow him at the HR Review on Twitter. And then, of course, you can go online, HoustonRoundballReview.com, HoustonRoundballReview.com. He means it. Local name, global perspective. All right. I'll be back tomorrow, Freestyle Friday. Again, I'll give you updates live from Texans training camp starting tomorrow. And we'll go from there. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it except meet me here tomorrow, Freestyle Friday.
Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Thursday, July 28th, 2022. You know what it is. Happy Friday Eve, y'all. Number 1. Following the testimony of WNBA star Brittany Griner in a Russian courtroom, the U.S. State Department made what could be a game-changing announcement. The Biden administration offered a deal to Russia weeks ago with the intention of bringing home Griner and Paul Whelan. AP reported it's not known if the substantial offer was enough for Russia to release the prisoners. The 52-year-old Whelan was arrested in Russia in 2018 on spying charges. The corporate security director was sentenced to 16 years in prison or labor camp in 2020. Number 2, historian Henry Louis Gates Jr. announced this week that he will oversee the new Oxford Dictionary of African American English as editor-in-chief. Dr. Gates proposed the new dictionary as a joint venture of the Oxford University Press and the Hutchins Center after he was approached about the representation of African American English in existing Oxford dictionaries. Dr. Gates currently serves as director of Harvard's Hutchins Center for African and African American Research. Number 3, Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott's executive order that forbids school districts from imposing mask mandates on schools to prevent the spread of COVID-19 has been upheld by a divided federal appeals court panel. The ruling from the New Orleans-based 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ended a lower federal court injunction allowing such mandates. Families of 7 children with disabilities sued, saying the children were vulnerable and that the lack of a masking requirement at their schools endangered the children's health. Number 4, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has opened a probe into the brutal arrest of a black man who was chased into a home where a loved one recorded as he was beaten and shocked with a taser. According to a police affidavit, officers tried to pull over Brandon Calloway after he drove through a stop sign. After a third law enforcement officer arrived, all 3 tried to detain the man in a room. When he exited the room, his face was bloodied. Calloway is charged with evading arrest, resisting, disorderly conduct, failure to stop at a stop sign, and speeding. Number 5, after weeks of delays, nearly 800,000 doses of the monkeypox vaccine will soon be available for distribution, according to U.S. health regulators. The announcement came amid growing criticism that authorities have been too slow in deploying the vaccine, potentially missing the window to contain what could soon become an entrenched infectious disease. Nearly 2 weeks ago, the FDA said it had finished the necessary inspections at Bavarian Nordic's facility in Denmark, where the company fills vials of the vaccine. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Remember, your mindset will shape how you see, think, and feel about your life. Be positive. Yes, ma'am. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with the one and only J. Anthony Brown as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, the American Heart Association and Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.